That's what makes the GOAT. Let me ask you this. So let me hear why you like Larry over LeBron. I think it's up to personal preference. There's things that Larry is better than him at. There's things that LeBron is better than him at. But what do you go with Larry? I'm guessing it's because he's a better shooter, more clutch. The mindset, his confidence level is another level. Larry's confidence is crazy.
Hey, look, Dom, you know why I go with Larry? Look,
the heart.
I'm taking that all day.
Wait, time out. This guy, he's much better off the ball. He moves the ball quicker. He's a better post player. He's got a better weak hand. I can keep on he's a better shooter. Oh, you said besides shooting. I can keep on going, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, LeBron's better at getting to the rim. I think Larry's a better rebounder than him, too. That's the funny part. I think Larry's a better rebounder than him.
But hold on, Dom. See, when we say things, it's not always all the way true. LeBron is not that much better than Larry getting to the hole. Like, yeah, LeBron.
Well, I don't know. I have to watch. Let me just put it. I have to watch more Larry tape.
Is
he actually LeBron when he gets his shoulder into you, you're done. But also the perimeter contact is not the same now.
Remember, hold on a second. All that nonsense they talk about LeBron. He plays 4 or 5 positions. Larry Bird moved from the 4 to the 3 because McKay was his teammate. Larry Bird was a different level.
Can I say this? That's a myth. Nobody can guard all 5 positions. That's a lie. Yeah, a center can. Yeah, Kevin Love can guard Steph Curry for 10 seconds. He cannot guard Steph Curry for the whole game. LeBron, Draymond Green, all these guys that they be saying can guard all 5 positions, that's false. That's never happened. That's a lie. That's a fib. That's a fairy tale.
Except Anthony
Taylor Made, how old are you, bro? Like, let's keep it. You can watch all our faces, but you're sitting there behind a screen. How old are you? You feel me? I don't really take everybody seriously when they talk about Larry Bird. A lot of these kids don't actually watch him play. The heart is not like y'all think that this confidence and how much you want to win is fake. It doesn't matter, but that shit fucking matters, and it's very clear to see it. It's very clear to see when motherfuckers are out there quitting on the game. No, this motherfucker's quit too much for him to laugh at that comment. He's quit too much. I can name every fucking time.
It's not even about, like, it's not just winning. It's not just winning. It's pride.
This is also bullshit. Bogdanovich, are you fucking stupid? Come on, man. You have no eye for the game if you think that. You have no eye for the game. Bogdanovich, bro, that motherfucker he's a solid shot maker. That's all he is, bro.
Again, going back to your best friend, Dom, when JJ Redick came out of his face and Jerry West came out and said, "What have you done to influence the game, the outcome of a game?" Do you know how important psychologically everything that he just said? That's what they live for. How do I impact the outcome of a game?
Listen,
Bird has no longevity. As if I cared. You feel me? He has enough to have 3 championships as the best player. I don't really give a shit.
Hold on, Dom. Hold on, y'all. Listen, this is what I don't like. There's no knock on Braun. Yo, man, great career. Great. Yo, man, he's going down as one of the greatest. Okay, understandable. But what LeBron has accomplished is guys that have accomplished that in half his career. Yeah, he got the most points, but when we talk about championships, MVPs, finals MVPs, things of that nature, it's guys that accomplished that in 10 to 13, 14 years. And I'm going to give you one quote, and I'm going to end it with me. Michael Jordan said this: "I never chased points. I chased championships." He said, "You think I couldn't have broke Kareem record? I didn't chase points. I chased rings." Let's stop acting like these dudes. Listen, man. Dudes wanted to win.
I'll have to respond to these comments. Someone said Braun would body Larry. Bro, listen. You guys I've been watching basketball too long.
But Dom, he might. All right, he might.
On a possession. Bro, I've watched LeBron enough to know that almost, first of all, not a 6'10" guy like that. He never fully buys into just dominating on the inside, posting up every single second. You think like this he gets mismatches and he settles, bro.
Well, hold on. So Larry Bird's not doing anything.
No, Larry Bird's gonna score on him too. I don't think either of them could guard each other personally. But and then Taylor Made said Braun better than Bird is such a hater. I was like, no, it's not. Maybe somebody has a different lens of the game than you. I never even said Larry Bird was better. I just said that I see all balls. First of all, he's not the only person in history that says that. And everybody that's been trained to think that you have to be a hater to think that is, I think, led by the media. Because here's the thing. Growing up in LA, people said, is Larry Bird better than Kobe? People used to laugh at them. Kobe has longevity over Bird, all that. But I can accept either way. You guys are disrespecting LeBron. Larry is a legend and underrated playmaker, but you guys are really tearing. No, it's not, bro. Like, it's not. Like, 34? Talking about 34 years old means you were born in what? 1989? So when you were old enough to watch basketball, Larry Bird had already retired. So like
Bro,
that doesn't. I don't give a shit. Like
I
you feel me?
Larry Bird.
You got to put the dummy on there. Come on, man.
That was uncalled.
Yeah, again, disrespectful out here. I respect you yelling that dummy shit on this one. No, I'm not. And here's the funny part: when we get to Larry Bird's era, we're gonna break down the fucking film. That's the thing. I'm not gonna front from any of this shit. I'm gonna break down the film, and I'm gonna tell you why I like this guy's game, and whether he's over LeBron in my list or over Kobe in my list.
You hear what Fabian? Did you hear what Jamal Mashburn said about Larry Bird?
Yeah, I did. He's fucking huge, and he was talking shit, and that's Dominique Wilkins. And first of all, this athletic shit, bro, he's busting Dominique's ass.
No, not Dominique. Listen, Jamal Mashburn.
I know. I'm saying I saw what he said. He was saying that he saw him in the Dream Team lobby, and he was talking shit already. Okay, listen, longevity. First of all, yeah, go ahead.
No. And then he said when he played against him. So this is what people got to remember. That means Larry Bird was so-called over the hill. These dudes was young, college, great athletes in their prime. That man said Larry Bird came down and probably scored damn near 20 straight and told us what he was going to do. I'm going to go to that spot and I'm going to hit it off the glass. Like, y'all, listen, you really have to understand how embarrassing. Listen, these guys today, they don't got to deal with that. Imagine you on the court talking shit to them, excuse my language, and you doing what you say. These guys ain't built for that. You kidding me?
Listen. Saying I'm comparing his longevity to LeBron. It's very if you want to really be fair, you don't compare longevity when you are riding in commercial planes with one fucking trainer in the 80s to 2000 when he's spending $1 million on his body alone, more than Larry Bird is getting paid for a whole year. The best way is to say how good were these guys at their best, because at the end of the day, LeBron was the best of his time. Larry Bird in a couple years of his career was the best of his time. So it's that simple.
Great point.
Tailor-made. It doesn't. I mean, listen, he probably doesn't think. I used to think that it was crazy too to say like Larry Bird is better than Kobe or LeBron, but I found out more about Larry Bird personally and how unique his game is. Scarlet Pup says kids think everyone who played before LeBron is slow, athletic, and unskilled. Yeah. I agree with that. TaylorMade says Bird even says LeBron's better. Look, Bird said Magic Johnson was the greatest player he'd ever seen touch a basketball, but y'all didn't believe all that shit, did you?
Listen, what do you expect these guys to say? Like, come on, man. Listen, Shaq flip-flops every week.
Yeah. Whoa, I've never heard this take before. Jordan did chase points. He came out of retirement to play for the Wizards because he realized he was behind his idol Dr. J in points. No, was he? Oh, was he actually behind Dr. J?
No.
That's interesting. I've never heard that before.
Come on, you really think Michael Jordan came back to play for the Wizards to chase Doc? Are y'all kidding me?
Kobe would eat. But
Michael Jordan, before he got Phil Jackson, could have probably averaged 40 for his career. It was told to him, bro, we can't win like that. You want to be the greatest? You want to win championship? You got to get your team involved. That man could have averaged 40 for his career.
Hey, listen. TaylorMade said Kobe would eat Bird. I mean, listen, I don't think anybody can guard Kobe Bryant one-on-one, but Kobe, and as good of a defender as Kobe Bryant is, he's not checking Bird in the post, bro. He's turning over that. They're not guarding each other. And then Big Day says Braun versus Bird, different eras. Switch them and how they do. First of all, you have no proof of any of this. And secondly, you need to see how they played the game in the 80s and what offensive fouls were classified as. Because LeBron just lowering his shoulder like that is an offensive foul. However, he's going to adapt. So I'm not going to say that's a hypothetical. And first of all, give Larry Bird 10 3-point attempts and see what he does. Come on now. I got a computer, my G. What is that supposed to mean?
Yeah, hold on a second. Does Larry Bird get to use the nutrition from today? And does LeBron
nutrition? You mean the nutrition that's getting these guys injured more?
No, I'm saying, you can say that, but these guys are still playing for longer. Remember, you're going to see Larry Bird for 15 years. He said, where
do you rank LeBron all time? Me, I got
no comment. Top 10 at least.
No, I got him 7 after Kobe. I got Kobe 6. I got LeBron 7.
But see, the media has trained people to think that you're a fucking lunatic. That's my issue. To me, that's the media because they don't know the other players. Not about LeBron not being good. Is that they don't know how good the other players are because they don't actually watch the fucking film and don't know how the game was played. They watch a couple of clips. They don't know how the rules were different. They don't know why the influence of the game was different. They say, oh my God, look at this slow ass shit. First of all, it's not slow, the 80s, when you watch the games. It's not slow. That shit is fast. They're running fast. You got to watch full games. Not in the frame rate tricks you.
See, TaylorMade, I got LeBron number 2 all the time, right? His longevity and all that. I understand everything. Larry Bird's career was cut short because of his back. Like if you're talking about people at their peaks, I'm not taking it took me a while to understand this. There's no way I'm taking at his peak. I ain't taking LeBron over on Larry Bird, man.
What?
It's not happening.
Really?
At his peak?
I never think you would say that. Really?
No, it's just
or Miami LeBron?
Listen. Miami LeBron was great, but if you don't have this team around you, you need motivation from the outside of yourself. You need that. Just like he needs to motivate AD as a late 35-year-old. Larry Bird did not need anyone to motivate. He used to beef with Kevin McHale because he didn't like him. They didn't like each other, but he still learned how to win. He moved to the 3. Like he's willing to sacrifice. He passed like crazy.
He's much more. I've heard things about Larry Bird that he would go a lot of times with like just moving without the ball. It's not even really like doing too much on the ball. That's another reason though. Like that's just a preference thing for me. Like I like Larry because he moves the ball fast and he moves without the ball. LeBron's very ball dominant for me, and his teams are never high in assists for a reason. Now that's because people want to put the ball in his hands. But I'm just like listen, like if I were to coach a kid and my teams that I coach at youth level, I always emphasize ball movement. I don't like the one person doing everything. Like that's just not my style. Now you can think that LeBron is better for whatever reason. But this is a stylist. A lot of it is preference. Like, this guy says Larry Bird is in my top 5, but he's not better than LeBron. Hey man, that's your opinion. I respect your opinion.
Yeah. And also the other thing, Larry Bird didn't do what we talked about earlier. He didn't do anything to make himself weaker. He played to his strengths. LeBron's stopping the ball and everything. What are you stopping the ball for?
He likes to control things. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But you're the best passer we ever seen, but you don't go in the post and kick out. Like you could have been the original Joker from the post.
I do think LeBron at times made his game more hard. I definitely think so. I mean
himself, right?
Taylor made
the same thing.
This is also a narrative that I don't like. Look at the athletes Bron played versus Larry Bird. I hate this narrative that the 80s didn't have athletes, bro. Like I watched the game from the 1980 championship 40 years ago, and it looks in terms of this aesthetic, it does, but from an athletic point, nah, man. You can't tell me there's just Dr. J just walking around out here, bro. Like you have to watch a game and see how ridiculous this guy was. And Daryl Dawkins, for the record, is a lot stronger and more athletic than a lot of these modern centers. And Magic Johnson is a 6'9" point guard running up the court like that. And people sleep on how athletic Kareem was before he went bald. So
I don't understand that argument.
The 80s athletes are really athletic, bro. Like right, I don't know why people say that.
But I think there are more athletic players now. Cool. They handle the ball more.
They're not durable, though. They're not durable.
That doesn't mean they're as good. Again, we keep confusing what a skill really is. How about the skill of motivating yourself? We still haven't talked about that. These people can't even motivate themselves to not drink wine on the bench.
But listen, this argument, see, this is where I go with it. See, you have people that they think we hating on LeBron. No, this is how I look at it. Some people may say Shaq is the greatest center of all time, right? But then people will forget. Shaq will tell you himself. Hakeem Olajuwon used to give him the business. So then if someone goes, Hakeem Olajuwon is better than Shaq, people will go ballistic. But then you would have Shaq, and it's evidence. So my point is, I'm not saying LeBron is not one of the GOATs. I'm not saying he's not great. But my opinion, there's guys that's just as impactful, skill set just as good. Maybe LeBron is more athletic, but Larry Bird shot as good, rebounded as good, passed as good. His motor was just as high. He won just as much as him. So it's just an opinion. But we can't, just because a person don't agree that LeBron is the number 2 all time, we hate him. No.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I don't like LeBron fans, because they don't accept that, because they've been so – dude, listen, when you every single morning for years and years talk about the same shit every single day of the 24-hour news cycle and keep saying it after every achievement and ask all these players about it and everything, then there's a reason why players' lists are so diverse. And because a lot of this is personal preference. I want to keep emphasizing that. But every little media person or every fan, LeBron, MJ, then they go from there. That's a load of bullshit. The media has been saying that for 6 fucking years when he only had 3 rings, because it's easy to control the consumer's fucking mind, bro. I'm telling you, a guy from ESPN, an anchor, came to my college course and told me there's a reason why LeBron and Zion get pushed in your fucking face, because the ratings, they go crazy. You know, LeBron is the man of this era. He's the man. You know what I'm saying? So anything he gets... What?
No, and if we're gonna be fair, Jordan did start that.
That's what I'm saying. They saw how amazing Jordan did for ratings, and I gotta give credit to LeBron though. He has to live up to the expectation, and he fully did and exceeded it. So you gotta be that nice. But the way you just said disagreeing?
It's not that I disagree. It's the fact that, you know, I give LeBron props because he came in as a baby at 18 years old. And that's amazing. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of pressure on you. I get it. But Michael Jordan did have to live to expectations as well. At a certain point, like
at a certain point for sure. But
no, not at a certain point. He created this era. He created the Nike commercial. That Nike commercial, and McDonald's commercial, and Gatorade commercial from the 80s. He's promoting the NBA. You don't think the players in the league were going after him because of that? They were the same way they're going after LeBron. They don't like him because of that. They didn't like Mike either like that. And on top, and just this is my final point with all this. The same way you guys feel about LeBron, it wasn't just LeBron or Michael Jordan fans in the 90s saying that he was the best. It was his opponents. It was people who hated his guts, like us Knicks fans. We hated him. And we're just like, but we love to hate him because he is the best. I'd rather lose to him than anybody else. We can't say that about Braun. It's not. I agree. It's not universal. And this is Don, on the best team just happened to be his. Larry Bird played on one of the best teams ever. Has LeBron played on one of the best teams ever? Like, it's just a fact.
Well, it depends who you think of the 2013 Heat, I guess. But let me just read these comments real quick. Ace Boogie, I need you to send me an article when Wilt Chamberlain said MJ could not play. The difference between saying he wouldn't be as good and saying he could not play. I want you to send me that, please. Taylor Made says 80s athletes versus 2000 athletes. Listen, man, and I'm going to keep this a stack with you. And I'm from the 2000s. Like, that's my era. Like, that's my era that I'm biased to. Watch a game from the 80s and then watch a game from the 2000s. And if you really tell me there's a crazy athletic difference, man, the only thing that's different is the quality of the film. Because to me, the 80s players are going up and down, dunking way more. 2000s was a lot. There were some guys straight up that were too out of shape to play in 80s basketball in the 2000s. I swear to God. There was dudes that were over fucking weight. They could not play in the 80s. Not in the West. Now, these Doug Moe teams, Alex English and Michael Adams and those guys would run them off the fucking court. Like, so, anyway.
And Don, to finish that point, Don, remember, I don't know if we said this on the pod before, but remember, you had 1, 2, maybe even 4 big men on per team back then. So that means you removed them and you added like four guards today that can dunk the ball. Whoop-de-doo. That means nothing. That's 16 more fouls.
This guy's listening to JJ Baby Dick too much. Larry Bird's an overrated shooter, especially as a 3-point shooter. I mean, because listen, that's great.
What does that mean?
That means that you've been listening to JJ. That means he's been listening to JJ. 7 is not as crazy. I mean, that's crazy. It's because the media. Kobe or Magic? I'm not gonna answer that question. We can go here all day.
I could be wrong all day. I could be an idiot. I could be all that. That
this guy's Kobe first.
Listen,
Kobe
you telling me a man that's overrated as a 3-point shooter goes to the 3-point contest with his jacket on and says, "Who's coming in second?" He's overrated as a 3-point shooter. Okay.
This shouldn't be asked, by the way, on my channel. Maybe ask another channel, but this on my channel is not going to be answered because it's an obvious answer. Don't disrespect Bird like that, please.
If you have him,
and this is garbage too, by the way. 2016 LeBron is better than anyone by like that. I don't even know if 2016 LeBron is better than 2013 LeBron.
Hold on. Listen. It might be. That might be the case, but that was not 20. It wasn't 20 years of that. It wasn't 20 years of that. He was mentally lapsing. He was weak-minded. Stop it.
Had bad playoff PER. I think it's the complete opposite. Thanks to social media, you get to hyper-analyze. No, social media allows you to interact with a bunch of idiots that doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's fucking with me on this, bro, because I'm laying out the fucking film for you in order. And I'm citing all my work. All these motherfuckers want to go talk about the internet like my age, talking about all these players from 30 years ago. Let me see your fucking work. Don't just tell me I watched a lot of games. How the fuck am I supposed to believe you? You're not even man enough to show your own face on the internet, and you want to come talk to me about what you've watched. Fuck no. FaceTime me if you want to really get real, brother. Or you can meet me at Crypto. You feel me? Give me a break. The social media is dumbing down fans. I never knew how fucking stupid all of you guys were until I got on Twitter and saw you guys say John Stockton had no case to be better than Chris Paul. And I love Chris Paul. That's my guy. You guys sound ridiculous. I never heard this kind of nonsense until I got on Twitter.
I might agree with that one, though.
In his prime Bird, he has no case? John Stockton has no case?
Listen, John Stockton is what your point guard is supposed to be. Like we got to stop this. He had longevity and everything. He's great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to disrespect him. But I think his 10 point guard is better than John Stockton.
Wow, not even a top 10? That would be interesting conversation.
He ain't no Jason Kidd.
Okay, well, I'm not saying he's better. I'm not saying he's better than Kidd. But here's the thing.
There's a lot of point guards that were great, bro. Like John Stockton was at you're supposed to play like John Stockton once you lose your abilities, bro.
This guy says, guys, this man said, guys, consider this. In his prime, Bird was surrounded by multiple Hall of Famers. Name me another one of these. Wait, time out. Name me another one of these 12 players that are like in the GOAT conversation or whatever that are not surrounded by multiple Hall of Famers.
Wait. Dom,
he elevated their game.
He got drafted. Hey, hold on. Let me get in this 2 seconds. He got drafted there.
And I mean, look, by the way, LeBron is the self-proclaimed GOAT. He put himself next to Jordan in the media and pushing this false GOAT debate. I agree with that.
Bird didn't get traded to the Celtics. He didn't cry on another team and said, I want to go to the Celtics. He got drafted there.
Oh my God. I can keep going though, TaylorMade. I can keep fucking going. You think Jamal Wilkes was some unathletic stiff just because his jump shot was weird? Norm Nixon is fast as fuck. You seen him? First, and by the way, just because you're a more athletic team doesn't mean you're a better team. The Minnesota Timberwolves and the Memphis Grizzlies were more athletic than the Golden State Warriors. It's like basketball is much more than athleticism. And I also think a lot of teams, the look now, yes, is to draft more athletic players and mold them into great players. And back then it was more about taking, 3 guys that have been in college for 3 years or whatnot. But yeah, I think it's so overblown. And plus, all these athletes you're glorifying can't stay fucking healthy, and you're talking about them shortening the season. So when does durability get factored into this shit? They don't even practice the same way they used to. Were they superhumans in the past? Let's ask the real questions here. Bill Russell played every single minute of a final series with a higher pace than today's game. Every single minute at 35 with one fucking trainer. This game is tougher on the body today, though. A lot of speed wearing down them. And I want you to tell me what the pace of the 1983 NBA season was relative to today and come back to me with this shit. Everybody just says things, bro. Everyone of you just says things, man. Give me the fucking facts. Jokic and Luka cooking today's NBA, and they're not great athletes. Thank you. Somebody with sense.
Great. Hold on. That was a great point. Great point.
Why Jordan didn't pass Kareem? By the way,
I forget how great Zach Randolph was and was not athletic. Go ahead, though, Dom.
Why